Morning. Somewhat overslept just a tiny bit. Really had trouble sleeping the whole night. Well, I wouldn't say the whole night because the good majority of the rest of the night I'm leaving really still pretty early in the morning. And again, we're having a non-caffeinated beverage. It sounds so good. But before we can even take a drink, we have to put the seatbelts on. Needless to say, this is probably the fourth, if not the fifth video I've recorded. Actually the fifth. The fifth video that I have recorded. And if I was to add, because I haven't even uploaded the other three, man. I recorded an hour-long video of Doc's Dino Overall X in Ark Survival Evolved. Died a couple of times, came back, and then encountered something that spawned on top of my head out of nowhere like an RKO and followed me throughout the entire of the map. And to get the thing away from where my base is located, because it followed me all the way up to there, I shot it a couple of times, hit it with a fireball. I pissed it off again. I swear there's some specific boss-like creature known as the R Giga that within this damn mod is considered a mega because damn, when it locks onto you, it will freaking go be on you like stink on shit throughout the entire map because it followed me. It followed me and followed me and followed me. At one point, knocked my best and strongest guy at the time all the way down to about half health. Good, I had some potions on me, but it took to try and get the Giga off my back. I had to make a switch. So when I got farther away from him, because I was able to outrun him, it's just that he kept following. So the best option was to put my best guy away, so that way he would stop following. And here comes the rain, or at least the start of it. And like I said in the other videos, when I do things like this, I don't know why, maybe it's just a feeling I have, or a feeling I get, and maybe it's just the hunter in me who knows. It's just that there's certain times where, in the night, where the deer are the most active, so when I do things like this, it helps keep me focused, it helps keep me awake. I know most people would say, why don't you have a caffeinated beverage? Why don't you have like an actual pop that has caffeine in it? Or coffee. Well, I hate coffee. I won't drink it. Or green tea. I made the time to make green tea every morning, I'd have it, but I'd also burn the living hell out of my mouth every time I take a drink of it, because I don't make cold green tea, I make hot green tea. And that's just a preference to me. So yeah, that's just a little tidbit of what happened in the video, but and then I spent a lot of time grinding after that. I didn't do a dyno wipe like I said I was going to, but I probably should, because at some point after I did a lot of grinding, I realized that not a lot of things were spawning. And that sometimes happens when you go around and you start killing a lot of things. Eventually, some things just don't always like respawn right away. So sometimes it takes a dyno wipe to help, and I just see eyes. You gonna stay in the ditch, or you gonna come say hi? Sorry, I'm focusing on the road at the moment because this is where a lot of deer cross, so I'm paying attention. And also on top of the hill, there deer cross, because I had a pretty good sized buck run across the road when I was driving to another town when I was in my truck a couple months back. Pretty nice buck jumped, like we literally didn't see him. It's like he came out of nowhere, like he just jumped out of the ditch and just ran right on top of the hill to the other side. But there is still some remnants of something that got absolutely destroyed on the hill. Eventually, I will let you guys all know exactly the amount of videos I have recorded so far. And that, yeah, I will include the vlogs I have stored on my phone at the moment, including this one, that, to add. Needless to say, I mean, I don't even know if I'm going to be streaming tonight. I might go out and watch a movie again. Or I might do it tomorrow. Really depends. And also, we're getting close to another point where deer like to cross. So, needless to say, if I go quiet, it's because I'm paying attention. And then we're gonna go turn right, and then not even a freaking block out of town, technically. There's gonna be another spot where a lot of coons and a lot of deer like to stand right by the road, so that's another spot to look. Sometimes if I can't sleep, I end up just staying up, or I just say fuck it and I go to work. But I try not to do it too early, so that way I don't get a talking to, and have my boss come over and be like, "Hey, why'd you come up? Why'd you come in this early?" And cause the third shift people to freak out. It's not like I do it on purpose. I do it because, one, I don't know. Like I said before, I don't always sleep at night because I can't relax. The slightest noise wakes me up. And sometimes an hour and a half to 2 hour sleep, let's just say if I go to bed about 7, which for someone who wakes up at 2 o'clock in the morning, that's pretty damn reasonable. And I wake up about 8:30, 9 o'clock, sometimes that 2 hour sleep will feel like I slept 4 to 6 hours. Because then after that, it is a pain in the ass to go right back asleep. And sometimes when I go to work on something and whether it be editing or recording something or just simple grinding, getting things ready for the next video, I tend to forget what the time is, because I have a clock in my living room that I haven't changed the battery in like the past couple months, because it's one of those clocks that just correct itself for you. You don't have to reset it or anything. It just does it itself. All you have to do is, like, at some point, maybe get off your ass and replace the battery. And I'm giving myself shit on that. Because I just haven't. I mean, taking it off the wall is easy. It's putting it back, which is going to be a pain in the ass. And the thing is, too, with the diet that I'm on, for those who don't know, I've been on a diet since last year. Lately I've been eating a lot more on the protein side than anything else, and I need to kind of back off on the protein side and go right back to not entirely back off on the protein side, but go back to what I was doing. A lot of people think it's actually quite funny on how I'm doing it, but it's working for me. And I know damn well the amount of weight I can lose if I work out for more than 20 minutes a day. Like at work, I will, especially if I have those moments where it feels like I'm blacking out every now and then because, one, I'm not getting enough sleep, which is honestly, yeah. I will simply do push-ups to get the blood pumping, to get the adrenaline pumping a little bit, to kind of start the engine. I'll just start doing push-ups, and I will go to the point where my arms and my shoulders, my biceps, my triceps, all start to feel very, very tired. Very, very tired and sore. and then 2 hours later do it again while at work. People are like, why the fuck are you doing it at work? Would you get in trouble for that? No. People would be like, what the fuck are you doing push-ups for? I don't know, it's woke me up. It's got the blood pumping. Why not? Plus, it's hotter than fuck up here. Why not take advantage of it? Sometimes a little workout here and there might help a little bit. Let's see. Looks like like the amount of push-ups I can do. Like I've been trying to work on ever since I started this diet. I'm trying to get closer and closer to 100, doing 100 push-ups a day. And I try to do push-ups, especially at work, while still trying to get a lot of things done. And despite me taking a few minutes to do some push-ups, man, I still get a lot of shit done. My arms start to feel tired. Like I don't still feel that tired, like sore, tired. I don't start feeling that till I get past 50 push-ups. It's gotten to that point where I don't start feeling that until I get past 50. When I get past 50 push-ups, that's when I really start feeling it. And for those who don't know, there's a video on my channel where I did 400 push-ups for charity. Yep. I had set up a punishment for myself for that charity for that month. That, whether it be me playing the character Charwolf or myself, if I cuss, that's, was it 15 to 20 push-ups? And some of the community back then would try like hell to troll me to get me to cuss. And, how Charwolf is, says a cuss word every 2 minutes, pretty much. But, I punished myself. It took 2 hours. I went and did 400 push-ups. It was hard to do. 400 push-ups. I was literally counting. Hello, dear. How you doing? That's a baby buck. Holy shit. That's a little 6-point. You jump scaring some bitch. That's another one. Another button buck. You little forkhorn. Where your ladies at? What the fuck? You ain't got no ladies with you? Raise a glass for the deer bros. No ladies, man. Damn. Told you, this is another why I do it. Another reason why I do it. Woo! Another reason why I do it. And, to go back on my diet talk. When I started the diet, I had told my mom, when I took her out to dinner, And hey, don't be afraid to take your parents out for dinner every now and then. They'll appreciate that, especially if they don't get to see you as often. Hello, coon. Why, what the fuck you doing? I wouldn't jump off of there, you'll die. That's the second time I've seen a coon on a bridge. First time, well, rest in peace. But, I told my mom that I was gonna, like, focus on, like, basically eat cereal for, like, the majority of the week. Or, how I would do that is, like, I would mainly focus on cereal that is not like heavy on the sugar side. Obviously Cheerios, gotta have the Cheerios. Every now and then corn pops. I'll admit, I dove into that Special K cereal. Tends to be a favorite, to be quite honest. And this is coming from someone who normally does not eat breakfast. I don't eat breakfast at all. But yet I'm eating cereal as like one of the meals I have for a diet. And the rain decides to kick up a little bit. And then I will stop and get a fruit platter tray where it's just a bunch of apples, grapes. Sometimes I'll add some of them mandarin oranges, them little small oranges. You know, I'm not big on oranges either. And I will sit there and eat those little mandarin oranges and apples, grapes, and that's all I'll have. I'll just eat nothing but that, and that'll be my meal for the day, or for the rest of the day. And it's funny because I would sit there and laugh about this a little bit. Every time I eat fruit, I've noticed just how better I feel every time I do it. Every time I get to sit down, have some fruit, whether it be watermelon, fucking apples, or grapes, or whatever, I feel so much better. And then I'll have a salad. Add some ham, some cheese, some eggs, maybe a crouton or two. Not heavy on the dressing side, and just sit there and eat that. But also too, when I was doing that, I was mixing in that protein diet. You know, the steak and eggs, the chicken, the pork, the beef, you know, all that, the fish. And I would mix that into that diet. Like if I do the cereal, salad, fruit diet during the entire week, during the weekend I would do nothing but the protein diet. And that's what I would have. I would go get a dozen eggs, a steak or two, or I'll grab 3 chicken breasts instead of that, or a 4-pack of pork cutlets, cook them up on the grill, and that's what I'll have. I'm glad I caught that moment. I mean, yeah, you guys didn't see what I saw, but like I said, I'm doing this to help pay attention, to make sure I stay focused and whatnot. Especially when I have a night where I just didn't get enough sleep, did not sleep well. And sometimes having something to do while having a non-caffeinated beverage, because I backed off the caffeine, which is something I started back when I started the diet that I was on. I've been talking about. Yeah, it's part of it, backing off the caffeine. Probably should have done that over a decade ago, but it's kind of hard to do. It's kind of hard to stop. Besides, by the time I got the phone off of the little thing here, you guys wouldn't have seen it anyway. So we've seen like a small little 6-point, and then we've seen a 4-corn that still had the. I didn't mention this, but he still had the velvet on his horns. And he definitely looked bigger than the first buck. Actually, I thought he was a doe at first, and then when I got to looking at him, like, nah, that was a little 6-point. And normally I would drive straight to the parking lot, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually stop somewhere and get a couple other things. Stop at a Case's, grab a couple other things to help get through the day a little easier. But needless to say, if I do stream this afternoon, it's not going to be a Charwolf stream. Charwolf stream was last week. It will be Expedition 33. And I will play that until my body says, hey, you need some sleep, bucker. We aren't too far away from where I work. The thing is, too, been living at a different place. Still have boxes to open, things to organize. I don't think I'm ever gonna sit there and make a video showing the new place off. I'll just keep that private, because I like my privacy. And the thing is, too, especially with the merch stuff, I'm gonna have one of the last 2 artists I plan on working with, and I'm gonna be in talks with them. There's a bunny. in the next 2 or 3 weeks. I'll be in talks with them. I'm going to have one of them work on something that it's mainly for me. It's mainly for me because you guys know how much I love my dog. How my dog is so important to me. How Kira is so important. She is what helps me stay sane, especially when a lot of shit goes down. She is 12 years old, meaning anything can happen. There's a lot of things she used to do that she no longer does anymore. And I can't take her out on long walks anymore. Because we used to walk all over town for what feels like hours. And there's some moments like during those walks where she found 20 bucks on the side of the road. Literally walked up to it. I thought she went to go pick up some trash or something or whatever, chasing after an animal. No, she ran up to a $20 bill and handed it, and within her mouth, basically walked up to me and handed it to me in a way. When I was working in the garage at one point, I went to go feed her. She walks out of her pen, and I was like, oh no, here we go again. I gotta chase her all over the yard. Nah, she walked right into the garage and actually started trying to help. For some reason, she would try to help me do some work in the garage. Like she figured out what I was trying to do and what I was working on. And I was just trying to clean up and organize the garage a little bit, and she was helping me out. One of the things I'm wanting is from one of these artists is to make make a design for my dog, so that way I can put her on a t-shirt. That's one of the reasons. To say if something does happen, and it's gonna literally anytime you might think that I go quiet, that at some point, yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. If something was to happen, I'm probably gonna go dead silent and not say anything or interact with anyone at all. Especially if I'm supposed to stream, there's a good chance I probably won't. I'll probably miss some streams when that happens. Because like I said, she means everything to me. I'd rather spend the rest of my life raising a dog or two, especially Kira, than, which is sad for me to say, in a sense, to wasting the rest of my life chasing a woman that in the end proves not to be worth my time. And there's a lot of you out there who know what I mean by that. It's been over a decade since I've been with anybody. And that, how things are right now, that's most likely never going to change. And it really doesn't matter what the hell I do, because I can do whatever, and it still won't matter. Anyway, I want to thank y'all for watching. That's enough talking for me today. I'm going to go get me some things and then head off to work. Y'all have a good Friday. Peace.